try to meditate on the Divine Supreme Spirit. Let us sit erect, close our eyes, turn the mind inward. Let us not allow any thoughts to interfere. These few moments, let us try to take our mind towards the Divine, who is shining in our heart in all glory. Let us place ourselves wholly at the heart center. Let us pray for the welfare of the whole creation. Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Nama Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, who came to integrate all religions of the world. Let us pray to him to lead us from darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, from unreal to real, from death to immortality. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Last Tuesday, we had just started Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. After a brief introduction, we read a paragraph or two. Master Mahashaya, who had recorded all these teachings, whenever he would come and visit Sri Ramakrishna, he would hear these words of wisdom. He was literally thrilled every moment. And how this great opportunity of meeting Sri Ramakrishna completely transformed him. He was totally a different person from the day he stepped into Dakshineshwar temple garden. It was amazing, a great turning point in his life. He was a householder. He had all the problems in the house. He was undergoing some kind of tension in the mind, not at all peaceful, very much worried about the situation at the home. He was living in a joint family, so all people, relatives of different temperament would often clash, and he couldn't expect any peace at all in such an environment. He was just deeply thinking about how to get over this kind of depression caused by restlessness. So when he was walking along with his friend, the friend suggested him, why not we go to Dakshineshwar temple garden where a Paramahamsa lives. Why not we pay a visit? He is God intoxicated person. People say they are very much happy in his presence. Immediately Master Mashi agreed, and both of them paid the visit. That visit clicked. It made him completely change his outlook on life. It made him how to be in the world at the same time not to be tainted by worldliness. He felt he could live in the world at the same time. He was not in any way connected with this world. Nothing belongs to him. He began to see the whole creation. Every bit of it belongs to the Divine Supreme. So no use of claiming possession over anything, whether it may be property or maybe children, wife, friends, relations, kith and kin. So for the first time, he understood the value of non-attachment. It is only when we practice this non-attachment, it would be possible for us to express love in its purest form. Where there is attachment, the love is always be tainted with some motivations, some selfishness. But the pure love is beyond all these things. So, when he saw Sri Ramakrishna, when he was hearing to his words of wisdom, he became speechless. He found as if he was in the holiest of the holy places. He found as if the personification of knowledge itself is sitting over there and talking. He also found that the Divine Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was one of the incarnations, who was very famous of that period, particularly in Bengal, he found that Sri Ramakrishna was none other than Chaitanya himself. He found that Chaitanya himself is singing the name and glories of the Lord So he was overwhelmed with joy. For the first time he is experiencing the glimpses of peace. What peace really means. He could understand it. He valued it most because he was all along restless. His mind was in a complete disturbed state before his coming into Dakshineshwar temple. But now the whole scene changed. He felt as if he is in the new world. His angle of vision was changed. So he was very happy and he felt grateful to his friend for having suggested to come to this temple garden. So they seized this opportunity and there they could see how their whole life blossomed in a proper way. Sri Ramakrishna himself has said, the Divine Supreme comes to the level of human understanding just to guide them, just to give them an opportunity to turn to spiritual life. So those who make use of this opportunity, they are saved. If by chance they don't want to avail of this, then they might have to wait for long years to come. Many births probably they might have to wait upon. So here the stress is upon the opportunity. Everyone gets that. How to recognize the grace? When we find the opportunities given to an erring man, it shows God's grace is flowing. If you just don't care for the opportunity, that means you are not ready to receive the grace, though the grace is flowing there. So last time I had told how myself got an opportunity to come into this spiritual stream. I was a college guy. I had not studied anything about Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother or Vivekananda. It so happened I got an accommodation in a room which was very near to ashram in Bangalore. It's 5 minutes walkable distance. Just 5 minutes. It so happened one day I felt myself, what is this big spacious compound with hundreds of trees, mango trees. So it prompted me to go inside. The environment gave the opportunity to me. Nobody took me there. The environment pulled me, as it were, to step in. I just entered there. As soon as I entered, I was feeling joy and joy. I myself couldn't understand. How is it? What is this kind of joy? I was peaceful and feeling the vibrations of joy to the fullest extent. I was walking along, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the beauty of the trees. And then I saw a cow lying there happily. The name of the cow also was wonderful. It was named as Tyagi. It used to give 20 liters of milk at a time every day. That added to my joy. So, like that I went on seeing. Then finally I came in contact with the head of the ashram, the president, Yatishwaranandaji. Then my whole life changed. Just by one glance, Sri Ramakrishna's power worked through him. How he greeted me with smile. I did not know him early, he did not know me, but he treated in that first visit itself in such a way that we are very close. We are not strangers. So I would feel a kind of spiritual affinity, irresistible attraction towards something spiritual, divine. So what we call in Sanskrit mandasmita, benign smile. He just greeted with benign smile. And he talked very lovingly. It was amazing. The words of expression. It thrilled me. And then he made a remark. Took me inside his room. I have already told I had not studied anything of this literature. I did not know Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Vivekananda. Still, Yatishwanji, on the first visit, he made a remark by seeing me, taking me inside his room, looking at me for a while. Afterwards he said, "You must join the Ramakrishna order." It worked well. Only through his grace, only through the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, it was possible to take up this spiritual life, which has no comparison. So, he put me on the right track. It is for me to do intense practices and go onward. From joy to joy, joy to joy. So that is how I felt, how Sri Ramakrishna provided an opportunity, how he provides opportunities to everyone. If only we are a little careful, if only we are a little watchful, if only we are a little sincere, if only we are a little serious, God is always there, ready to help us, ready to take us, like the mother that would take the child in her arms. The Divine Supreme is more than the million mothers. Million mothers He is ready to take. He doesn't reject anybody. You can see the life of Sri Ramakrishna. You can see the life of Holy Mother. Let anybody come. No rejection. Holy Mother used to take anybody that would come to her. She would digest all poison of anybody. What is that poison? Many people do atrocious crimes. They might have committed a lot of sins. That is poison. Like Parameshwar, who could hold the poison in the neck. Holy Mother took all the poison, removed all the poison, and made them good. A dacoit became a devotee. Can you imagine? Anybody who would come to Holy Mother was transformed. That's it. So there is a great importance for holy association. The more we come in contact with holy people, the better. Because the worldly attractions are so much damaging. They delude us, and finally we become victims to that false attractions. Last time I had told some of you who could share how you got the opportunity to come to this life of Vedanta, which is so fantastic. Anybody could practice Vedanta in any country, whether in America or India or Russia, China. So I would invite you. There's a mic, special mic is provided for you. I would also love to hear. You must know, not a leaf moves without the will of the divine power. So, whatever the opportunity I've got, it is very precious. It has happened by the grace of the Lord. Take that way and you feel you are blessed. So, now please come, any of you who would like to share the experience. What made you to come into this ashram? And not only that is the first step. But there are some people who just stand on the first step itself. That's no good. You must go to second step, rise up, third, fourth, like that. Are we doing that? That measures our sincerity. That measures our seriousness in spirituality. Why we are not enjoying peace? It is because we have diluted spirituality. We are putting all sorts of compromise. Do you want the truth? Never compromise. Ready to face anything, but never compromise with truth. Then you are sure to make progress. You are sure to achieve your goal. Not after death, even in this very life. That's what we want. Jivan Mukti. Liberated while in life. That's what Acharya Shankar would often say. Acharya Shankar himself realized Parabrahman. And he said everybody could realize it. Do like this, you will realize. That's it. So, please come. Anybody who would like to, what's your experience? Just to share. It's good. I have told what made you to come, and that's very important. It's a turning point in the life.
When Swami Vivekananda was there and met him, and I would hear him speak, and this was the podium that was there at 44 East Elm.
Right.
And just to hear him speak, he was not in, his health was not good, he was not physically very strong. Our Swami Chidananda was always at his side assisting him. And I just remember that he would come and he would lean on this podium, and he never moved his hands as I do talking. He would lean there, and for 1 hour, just the power of his voice coming out. And I was, but this was our first introduction in 1964. And we started with Swami Vivekananda on the north side, and we were there when Swami Vaishnananda came. And we always said that when Swami Vaishnananda came, I think there was about $25 in the treasury, and there was this one building at 44 East Elm. We have been blessed to be with him all that time until the move here, then Ganges, and we look at what has come. And I always remember Swami Vaishnananda saying that all that came was a result of Swami Vivekananda's meditations and his intense spiritual practices.
Good. Excellent. Very good. Many of you have given your impressions, how the opportunity provided, and they were all very good experiences, no doubt. That is how we have to take up this spiritual life with full vigor, and we should try to maintain that quality, that inspiration. We should keep it on so that we may do more and more spiritual practices and feel more and more love towards God. That means loving all the persons, whomsoever it may be. The more and more we cherish our love towards all the beings, the more and more we are loving God Himself. So, the point here is, Sri Ramakrishna himself has said, nobody need run away from the world, but he only says how to live in this world, that's all. The boat must be on the water, but the water should not be in the boat. That's all. Like that, if you are capable of living in this world, wonderful. That means what? We must always think of the Divine Supreme in all our activities. When we think of the Divine, it means we must maintain certain level of purity and perfection. That's very important. Unless you practice purity and perfection, you will not be able to appreciate or experience the true meaning of peace and joy. Because God is personification of purity and perfection. Once Mahapurush Maharaj, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, he just passed through one of the rooms where the novices live. He found the particular room was dirty, not kept clean. He told his attendants, "Look, you please get that room cleaned." A person who does not know how to keep his room neat and clean is neither a monk nor an householder. How can he expect any spiritual progress in life unless he gives attention to this cleanliness, this purity in every respect? Next day morning he just inquired whether it was done. So they would pay minute attention to all these things. In the same way, suppose a work was to be done, it should be done with utmost devotion. Whatever work we may be doing, I may be doing office work, or I may be shopping, or I may be doing some other thing, but whatever it is, if it is to be consecrated, if it is to be done in the spirit of dedication, perfection should follow. To the best of my capacity, I should be able to do it. That's the way how we should see in and through of all our activities. It is true, the householders have got lot of duties to perform, but they should also know it is a duty of them to think of the Lord also. Why that duty is given the last preference? There I want to ask that question. Give first priority for prayer and meditation. Then do whatever activity you want. Wonderful. Whatever duty you want. Wonderful. Not neglecting this and doing the other things. Then those duties, instead of helping you to liberate, will more and more bind you towards the world and worldly things. That is why in all our activities, the idea of God is always associated with. In eating, in taking bath, in doing things, whatever it is. We repeat the name of the Lord, we offer the things, whatever we cook, then we take it as a consecrated prasadam. We take it as a prasadam. So, from the beginning of the day till the end of the day, we must carry on the activities in such a manner that are helpful for our spiritual progress. That means I should not harm anybody, I should not insult anyone. If I am insulting anybody, I am insulting God Himself. So with that spirit, we must carry on the work. But sometimes, in order to execute the work, we may have to show off our temper. But in the final analysis, even that showing of temper also should not be there. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, mahasano mahapapma, vidhyenimiha vairinam. This kama and krodha, they are the arch enemies. It is they that rob the divine treasure of the person. So, we should try to get rid of that. That's a very important point. But anyway, when we are trying to execute work, sometimes we may have to show some temper, but immediately we should come and pray to the Lord and pray for the welfare of all the beings. We shouldn't have any kind of ill feeling towards anybody. Sincerely we must feel for everyone, for the betterment of everyone. Like that we should approach the life. Anyway, it's very good you have all given your experiences, and just I will read a small para and then we shall have discussion next time. So when Yam came to the room, he was speechless. When he looked down, he was amazed and thrilled when he saw Sri Ramakrishna singing the name and glories of the Divine Lord. Sri Ramakrishna said, after singing, he said, when hearing the name of Hari or Rama once, you shed tears and your hairs stand on end, then you may know for certain that you do not have to perform such devotions as the Sandhya anymore. Then only will you have a right to renounce rituals, or rather, rituals will drop away of themselves. Then it will be enough if you repeat only the name of Rama or Hari, or even simply Om. Continuing, he said, the Sandhya merges in the Gayatri and the Gayatri merges in Om. About this teaching we shall discuss at great length next week. Thank you all. Chant the name of the Lord. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quenched that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. O name, stream down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, down deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Oh, how I long for the day when an instant's separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years. When my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void, prostrate at thy feet let me be in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou, who stealest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, May all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy. May all be free from disease. May all realize what is good. May none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous. May the virtuous attain tranquility. May the tranquil be free from bonds. May the freed make others free. May good betide all people. May the sovereign righteously rule the earth. May all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.